Again. Woo! If I don't sound excited, you're gonna have to excuse me, because man, it's been a rough ride. This weekend was fun. I got a lot of rest and relaxation, and it's hard to come back and just I gotta get into it. So I titled this live stream, "What exactly is true crime on YouTube?" And it was kind of just what came to mind, because I try to have I try to have streams where I just talk and give my input and opinion and comment on things and whatever, but sometimes it's like I really want to have some type of lesson to go along with every day, because for me, I wake up every morning and I want to be better today than I was yesterday. So that's my whole view set on why I do what I do, or why I say what I say. But with this topic, I kind of as I was driving here, I was thinking, what is that even, why would I want to talk about that? Who cares, right? Well, I guess the real reason why I wanted to bring that up, or why I was trying to discuss it, is because since being here on YouTube, which I think it was 2011, I started digging into stuff at some point. I think it was probably shortly after 9/11, but I think 2011 I remember distinctly, because it was the 10-year mark, and I found answers. I actually found answers to stuff on YouTube, but now it's a little bit more sheltered than it was before. Certain words are frowned upon, certain things you just don't discuss, and so it's harder now than it was then. But good morning, everybody. It's so good to see you guys today. Thank you so much for being in here this morning. So I see a lot of streams. I pay attention to a lot of people, a lot of stuff that gets discussed in the regular, on several different types of channels. I like paranormal channels. I like true crime channels, of course. I like, sometimes I like panel channels. Sometimes I like, I'm trying to think, what other kind of channels are there? Just commentary channels in general, where they watch videos and then comment on the video as it's playing. It's technically what is what here. And at some point, I've recognized that it doesn't really matter what's what. The issue at hand is that people are so gullible that they've started to not be able to recognize what an actual factual news channel is versus commentary and opinion. Does that make sense? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. This latest stuff that started off the new year and happened within our lives, and some are affected by it more than others, because of course, if you're from New Orleans, you're a lot more affected than someone like me from Virginia. But this stuff at Vegas kind of coincided with it, and everybody's fully believing that it's not together. And it's just you guys are that gullible, huh? Okay. Because for me, 1 + 1 always equals 2. And it literally happened side by side. These two men that had been accused, and they're gone now, so they can't be tried. But basically, good morning, Miss Kathy. She lives in New Orleans. Well, dang. But the two men were at the same army base at one point. So 2 and 2, you don't put those two things together and think they were at the same army base at some point. Did they possibly do some type of program there that could have I don't know, But so last night I was listening to some of the Dolly Vision stream, and I seen people talking about psychics, and I saw somebody talking about dead files and the lady that's in dead files, and I'm just thinking to myself, it's entertainment when it's on television. And, like, you really have to... God, people just believe anything anymore, and I just think that's crazy. But back to the stuff that happened on the 1st. The Las Vegas guy apparently allegedly wrote some type of email, and okay. Whenever I'm gonna sugarcoat, or I'm gonna use words that are not the words that are supposed to be words, but the words. So whenever Hill and Billary have people that try to give off what they know to the public, they off them, right? So what we've learned, well, what I've learned in life is when, and I'm going all over the place. I know I hadn't taken my medicine this morning, but, you know, coffee, so I'm good. Whenever there's an incident where someone is threatening to expose things that are not meant to be in the world, they get offed, right? And so the news corporations that we have, where, you know, information gets given to us as factual news or stuff that's actually truly going on that we're supposed to fully believe, and basically it happens. Yeah, it is still dark outside. It's about to get real light. Sorry. I can always do this, but woo! I just figured it was going to get light here soon, so I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. So anyways, basically anytime that something is threatened to be exposed, or something is exposed that they don't want to be exposed, they label a person as a conspiracy theorist or as a lunatic some sort of way. They make it seem as though the person is out of their mind, and then when they actually come out with the information, it's never like this Vegas letter was. Like, this Vegas letter has been accepted as like something this man sent to the public as like, oh my God, these Chinese drones and holy moly. Like, they're planting that in front of the evidence of the public as something to scare us. And the biggest motivator in life is fear. And so for me, I'm like, if they really didn't want us to know this information because it's so secret, or it's, you know, stuff that the person got by snooping or not relevantly, you know, like supposedly freaking this is a whistleblower or somebody that's, they're not going to let us see it. They're not going to allow it to go on air. They're not going to allow people, I mean, how many times did what's-his-face, Jones, Mr. Jones, how many times has he been removed from every platform that he was on? It's like, oh, you on again, you said something you weren't supposed to say. But now we believe that now, in today's age, people could just talk freely, and we can get all these supposed high-end secrets, and like, it just doesn't work that way. But as for true crime, I find things similar in that nature of where, like, truths will come out this year. See, I don't know that I believe that. I know that that's what's been told. Hey, Madonna. Well, you didn't miss much. I just came out of a Starbucks drive-thru and, you know, just started a basic rant that's all over the place, like always. It's a Monday. You can't expect too much from me on Mondays. I wish I could believe the truth is going to come out this year. Right foot, I wish I could. But, unfortunately, I've been fooled one too many times. And so I'm the type where it's like, it's a number 9. The year's a number 9. Is that what that means? I just don't. It's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3, 4, 5, 10 times. Whose fault is that? You know what I mean? Like, I just can't. I can't. And then I was talking about the Dead Files, and the Dead Files is a TV production show. Like, do you really, truly think the lady on Dead Files is just she talks to the dead. I mean, I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart, and but my way of it is a lot different than the basic conspiracy theorist, because I question everything. And so it's like, I'm not one that's gonna stick to like, okay, this is this because of that. I'm like, this is this way, but I don't really know why it's this way, because I don't personally see it. I've not personally touched it. I've not personally heard of it. You know, like, for me, it's like, if you lie to me one time, that's all really it takes for me. I kind of question you after that, and then I don't really take anything that you say as being factual. And that's kind of why I was going into the whole, like, what's true crime on YouTube. People make such a big deal about what numerology 2025 equals 9. It's a good question. Gematria, right? Because gematria is I believe in that. That's another thing. See, this is what I mean. It's like, I could get into that conversation. There are certain things that equal certain numbers. And being somebody that was born in a different country, so I'm Croatian. I was born in Croatia. I did become a citizen here in this country. And so technically, I mean, I'm still technically Croatian, but at the same time, I'm not. So what about gematria in Croatian? Like, why is it that English language and English words and English numbers are prevalent to other countries, and like, are the same numbers associated to words that are in Croatian? I should try that. I really should. Because a lot of people follow numerology, and I kind of somewhat believe in numerology, because in the Bible it says, in the beginning was the Word. And I believe that words and numbers matter, and I believe that everything is frequency, including inanimate objects. They have frequency. And so it's all, you know, it's important. I agree. And at this point, it's like, but how important is it? I can just, for the most part, depend on my intuition on a lot of stuff. But on a lot of other stuff, it's just kind of like, I question myself. Like, it's like, I don't even trust myself. Does that even make sense? So, that's a level of all over the place I am at today. I need to put a little bit of makeup on. The whole translation stuff, new term for having visions, I can't remember. To me, it's BS. I'm a believer in the spirits. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a spiritual realm. I don't know necessarily if it's any good to it. I've kind of, you know, played around with spirit boxes and tarot cards and whatnot. I don't ever put any stock into any of it, because it's just used as entertainment mainly. And all of the people that utilize the spirits of the power and the powers of the spirits and whatnot, they could have bad intentions and not really recognize they have bad intentions. It's hard. It's like a deep, deep topic. It's deep. But enough darkness, I don't want any part of it. Exactly. I mean, for the most part, I agree. But then at the same time, I'm like, have you ever watched any of the debunking community? I have. That's actually where I started to watch Unirock. And oh my God, that guy's gone. Thank God, because that was a whole mess in itself. But I was in like a truther type setting for a while, where I watched like preppers and stuff. And then I started to realize certain people like Marfugel, who I don't support and don't freaking go over there and look at, but I know you will, because it's a catchy name and everybody's like, what's that? So they go look, but whatever. He would show like stuff that was related to prepping, and I just started to kind of recognize, like, well, where's your prepping stuff? Like, do you not own any prepping stuff? Like, you're over here telling me I need to get an EMB shield, but yet where's yours? Like, you know, it's little stuff like that. Yeah, I played with cards, but ask God to bless you. Have you ever watched Sloan Bella? I have before, and I've heard of her more than I've kind of watched. I think, recently, I think I actually have one of those videos from Sloan Bella in my watch later section, but I believe it's all in our attention. Yes, I do too, for the most part, but it's like, can you have hidden intentions? Like, what about when there's a woman that's after a man that's not technically single or whatnot, and they're just participating and just hanging out with them or talking to them, and deep down, like, they tell themselves they don't have any ill intentions or they don't want anything to do with the man, really, but yet in their mind, they're like, I really love that guy or whatever. Like, it's like you could have subconscious intentions and not know that you have them. It's weird. Like, our minds are so powerful. You can literally, it's hard to explain. It's bright. It's bright. It's a deep topic. Bright is what I was trying to say. She's very good. Said that Diddy was going down. Yeah, I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to say that Diddy was going down. I mean, he's kind of been a bad person for a really long time. Anyone that has any ties to the elites or the people that are in charge, I think, would have noticed that, hey, this guy's going to eventually go down. Because, I mean, you saw it. Once they put him away, they started showing all of the examples of stuff that had been occurring that we just completely, shoom, it went over our heads. And it's like, how did he get to just live within us, like, as a person next to the other person? And, like, we didn't recognize it. I mean, that makes me really worried for humans, because he had enough money until he didn't, or, like, how does that work? Who did he piss off that was higher up than him? Welcome, Pittsburgh nurse. Thank you so much for being here. And, I miss being an EMS, but I'm the type of person where I can't, when I start to see stuff that's not what I know, and, it's like, when the latest sickness came over and took over everything, and I've said this several times before, it's like we are on an ambulance, like all of a sudden everybody has to wear a mask, and it's dead summer in Virginia Beach. Summertime, it's like 110. Humidity is like 120%. I'm like, I'm not wearing a mask. Like, I've never had to wear a mask ever on a bus. And I've had people up here that are like 113 temperature, half dead, freaking coughing, sneezing. Like, they had a mask on. It was a breathing mask, but I mean, they would have had a sanitary mask had they not had their breathing mask on. But I mean, now all of a sudden it's freaking just politically correct or like socially correct to have to wear it. Like, no, there's no medical explanation that you're going to give me to make it make sense. And so to me, I'm like, what is the bigger purpose? And then I talked to a couple paramedics, and they're like, yeah, clearly this is just to make face, like, for public perception. And I'm just like, what? Come again? I said, and we're all just doing this just because it's like, it's frowned upon if you don't. And these higher up paramedics were like, yeah, basically. I'm like, you don't see anything wrong with that? Because, you know, at one point we didn't have enough masks for everybody to have a brand new one every time you went to scene. Because that's typically what you would do as an actual emergency worker in a hospital setting. You would have to re-gown up every time that you went in. Like, if you go into a patient's room and the patient is considered infectious, you're suiting up before you get into the room. You're utilizing all your PPE, which is, God, I don't remember words on Monday morning, but literally just your protective equipment. Mask, gloves, everything. And then when you come out of the room, you would literally like pry things off like this and then throw it out and put it in this decompensation bag. Decompensation. Jesus. When I would come home from a shift on an ambulance for one night, it's a 12-hour shift, I would literally get to my garage, strip off my clothes, and then come inside. Oh my God, look how cute! Helena, that is so cute! Oh, I love these little gift options. This little box is a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. Came up in like the little feet. I don't know if you guys see what I see, so I'm just sitting here like, oh my God! I'm easily amused, if you haven't noticed. When I was in a nursing facility during the vid, I had to wear my same mask all 3 days. Right! And that's a problem for me. And, you know, all of the other people that are working with me are like, oh yeah, that's just what we have to do. And I'm thinking like, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. You're like contaminating the air with your reuse of your mask. Like, I just don't, it was so frustrating. So I just couldn't, I was volunteering anyway. So it wasn't like my job, but that was it. I couldn't anymore. Let's see what you guys are saying. Liz, I watch and believe in spirit boxes and tarot card readers. I watch Tarot of Hope. Thank you, Janine. A little cute Sunday. I guess those are people that you watch or listen to. I love watching Dolly last night. Yeah, he's good at any topic, really. He can get into anything, you know, you kind of want to talk about, and he can do deep conversation. That's my favorite part about him. He's open-minded, and he can kind of get, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's very magnetic to talk to. I love him. I learned in 6th grade not to mess with the other side. I did not believe in hexes and jokingly put hex on friend. She would break right arm. Following week, I broke my left arm. What? See, yeah, that's crazy. I saw the gift. Awesome. I just see notification from YouTube. Who doesn't usually clickbait about search of construction site? Huh, I might have to check that out. Search on the construction site, St. Jude's. I'm surprised. Yeah, he was on last night for like 4 hours, I think. I was asleep. I didn't even really see much of it, but I saw, I opened to like the middle of it for whatever reason in the middle of the night, and I seen somebody talking about dead files, so it reminded me how, it's really dramatic. Dead files, like, I don't 100% disbelieve the lady on Dead Files has any kind of gift, but 90% of that show is scripted. So even if she has a gift, I'm like, the show is scripted. Any show is scripted. Like, you can't believe any reality show. You don't have, like Teresa Caputo, she supposedly talks to the dead or dead relatives. I don't believe it. And, you know, whenever there's money involved in something, you've got to know that people are able to manipulate you in their talent or their art. And so it's very hard for me to really fully 100%. Thank you, Matthew. It's just right. All the paranormal shows is free. Exactly. Because anything that's on television that they get paid to do is a production. And I just don't. I love Dolly and you together here, but thank you so much. Some people really don't, but it's kind of hard. It's really like, you've got to have really tough skin, because some people are like you and they're like, oh my God, you guys are amazing together. We're great off the camera. Just, it works. But, there's trolling, and I have to work really hard not to look at it. So that really makes me feel good when a lot of you recognize that, you know, we do make a good couple. They all start out good, then go dramatic. Yeah. What, the Dead Files? The lady just goes too far with it. Like, oh, do you want to see how I drew them? And I'm just like, okay, lady, like, we know you guys discussed it or saw the freaking person before the show started. Like, I don't know. I can't. I'm not very into believing anyone or anything, really. I always just, you're most likely not telling the truth or making a production. So it is what it is. Like, I can't just pretend like everything is just not always been a lie. Like, we've been lied to for such a long time about everything that I just can't. It's like, I don't believe you. But where did I put my daggone foundation? I need some makeup. I need a little bit of makeup, but thank you, Liz. I appreciate you saying that. And I know I don't really need anyone to tell me that. Like, it's not like I need that to know that it's true. And so it helps really to have like a life outside of YouTube. I know some people, that's all they have, and it just makes me sad, because it's like some people that call into the show are just so like, I just want to talk, and it just makes me feel sad, because it's like, you know, they don't have anyone really to talk to. And it's hard, because it's like, you want to talk to them, but at the same time, there's got to be like a safe boundary space. They need to know, you know, we're not, It's not that we're not your real life friend. It's like we have our own life. What's that, Matt? I got a new perfume. This is called Alien. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It is an exchange of energy to give you the... I don't mess with it. Yep, you're right. You're right. I mess with it a little tiny bit just because I'm curious, but I don't really mess with it. Like, I always kind of like say a prayer to protect myself over my playing aroundness, and even then I kind of get freaked out of it. It's weird. It's like, what are you doing? It's just a little bit of concealer. Because, you know, every time that I wash my face after I've had makeup on, my makeup is so amazing that it's just like, no, hell no, I won't go. And even with my magic eraser makeup washcloth thing, it's like I still kind of have issues getting it all off. And so I just tell myself, like, you just have really amazing eye makeup. Doesn't come off, but it should. I feel sad because my family left after the holidays, and I want to know what I do to cheer me up. Well, do something that you love. If you like to walk to a park nearby, go do that. Or if you like to watch a certain show, do that. Or if you have friends nearby, go visit them. I mean, it all depends. But if you need actual help for, you know, true sadness, depression, or anything, you know, mental health wise, definitely good to talk to a counselor. I know that there's a number that you just dial 3 numbers. I don't remember what it is. I'm not very good at this, but you know, my foundation is called KBD Good Apple, but this is just a NYX. This is a concealer serum. Bear with me. And the color or the shade should be up here somewhere. Lord. Beige. It's beige. So. Oh, Cape Town, South Africa. That's awesome. I've never been to South Africa, but I heard it's pretty. Watch Dolly Vision to brighten your day. Right, Chatty? He's got some good jokes. It's funny. Hunter's commented on one of my older videos where I clipped him from, like, way back in the day. And I was there for that stream. I remember the stream vividly. And I was laughing so hard when it happened. It was a lady that called in. And it was around Christmas time. Like, a couple of weeks, maybe days before Christmas. And she's like, I wrote you a poem. And she talks like this. She's like, I wrote you a poem. And he's like, okay, serial killer. Like, it's so funny. And she's like, I hate you, I love you. Like, the poem was just so, like, oh my god. And his responses, he just has the best fucking responses to everything. I mean, it's gold. But yeah, that's true. His some of his videos, some of the stuff he says, it's just like, where do you come up with this stuff? What comes out of your brain, like, on a daily basis? It's just like, he's very smart. People think that just because sometimes he talks and has, like, this hillbilly accent sound when he talks, people think that he's not as smart as he is. And it's very good for his, he's got a one-up on people because they don't think he's smart. He's really, really smart. Bold and the Beautiful are very popular in South Africa. Oh, okay. That's the soap opera. I'm still mad about soap operas. I used to watch All My Children and One Life to Live. I don't even know how I got into that. I think my best friend's mom was into it, and then I became into it. And they canceled all that. It made me really mad because they canceled it for The View. And I thought The View was kind of, I wasn't really into The View ever. I don't actually think I've ever watched The View. And I used a different foundation today just because I felt like I needed it. It's L'Oreal Age Perfect. And this is cream beige, also beige. Me too, I so miss All My Children. I was watching All My Children for such a long time. It was just, I'll fix it. I'll actually use a mirror and fix it when I get inside. He's saying left, and I'm like looking at my left, but I'm like, do you mean my left or my left here? I can't stand the view. Yeah, no, me neither. Hey Jenny, good to see you. So that's basically all I wanted to say. Is on YouTube, it's for entertainment. Watch what you want to watch. There's some channels that are strictly true crime facts, like Court TV will always have court cases and do like a but even then, even those, some of those are biased. So like, you always have to have a clear mind and know that whatever it is that you're watching is not always like gospel. I've seen people watch some stuff that Dolly Vision said or done and like ran to different channels like, oh, did you know that da 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 da? And I'm like sitting in the background like, I don't think you were meant to take that literally. I think it was a caller that called in and had a theory. And so now you're going to this channel and that channel, this channel, telling them all about what you heard on the one channel where it's clear as day, other people just giving their input. So it's like, it's crazy that I have to feel like I've got to explain that, but I do, because it's like a lot of people, there was a lot of people that thought Vinnie Politan was related to Dolly Vision, because Dolly Vision said a couple of times that he was Uncle Vinny or whatever, or Cousin Vinny. I don't remember if he did uncle or cousin. So I'm like, he wasn't being serious. Like, you guys take everything so literally. Like, dude, and life is not so, like, typically you don't want to talk and be lying, and it's not really lying. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's so frustrating because it's just like, ugh. I watched that Justin guy once and I didn't like him. Which Justin guy? Oh, Carolyn, you thought that they were related for real? I mean, the way that he says it, he's so convincing, I guess, but give me a second, guys. Just a second. Okay, I'm back, I think. This is Bare Minerals Medium. I've never watched soap opera. I'm strict to true crime. Yeah. It is what it is. It's just, I just can't. Oh my God. I see that Cry spoke bad of Dolly last night. It was at the end. Might want to check it out. Who's Cry? I don't know who that is. But usually we don't really pay it much attention. If we focused on all the people that said bad things about us, it would be overwhelming. Like, there's always going to be somebody that's got a bad opinion of you. Julie? Oh, that lady? The one that's like, oh God. Someone with clutch and pearls. Oh, that's Justin you were talking about? Yeah. Nope, we got no snow at all. None. Zero. My kid's gonna be upset. She's about to start calling me here soon. I thought that was a guy. Clutch the Pearls is a guy. Yeah. Smooth purple, cray. Yeah. She just wants attention. He can't respond to her because she'll just get... That's the thing. Some people will say something and then they literally just need attention from you. So then when you respond to them, they're like, ooh, he does like me. So then they get all excited and then they talk and then you talk and then they talk. Got it, Bayou Babe. Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to leave it in a second. And I only have 169 in chat and 82 likes. So, good morning, Guidance. Good to see you this morning, lovely. The one with the real pet monkey. Yeah. The monkey's cute, I'm not going to lie. I would love to have a monkey, but it's like a toddler. Actually, it's probably more like an infant. But you got to know you're going to be taking care of that baby monkey for life. And that means you can't go nowhere unless you got a sitter. You can't do nothing unless you got a sitter. It's a big responsibility. So, I got to go, guys. We'll talk again soon. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Monday. I gotta blend this in. Don't let me forget. I'm gonna walk in here looking like a whole clown. Have Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Bicycle.